It's like you probably wouldn't get away with selling tea that has been sitting on the shelf for so long. Like it's years old. It's a little bit bitter, and its taste will be off, and it won't be enjoyable. But there's nothing poisonous about it.
And we're pretty confident of that.
Yeah, 33 is pretty damn confident.
All right. Well, I'll take.
The sugar is sugar. Who serves sugar nowadays? Like that's expensive. Just to random strangers. And then the milk.
How expensive is sugar?
I was thinking it too.
How much is sitting on the table?
It's a dish.
Yeah.
You could probably get a few dollars for this.
Every little bit counts. Is it
it's cane sugar.
Museum entrance fee dollars? Are we talking here?
This would have come from some tropical place.
Ludo's gonna put that inside his little jacket. And
I'll take a sip of the tea.
Okay, it's bitter and it tastes bad.
I'll ask Ludo for some sugar to add.
The milk is weird. It's milk, but you guys can't discern what animal it comes from.
I'd probably stick clear of the milk.
I hope it's goat.
It's a little oily.
I'll try a little taste of milk.
Okay, I guess to fair say, like all mammal milk tastes the same.
Suddenly you're dead.
It's milk from something, but milk goes off pretty quickly, I think, and sugar lasts forever, and tea gets stale after some amount of time. This tea is very stale. Where do they get the milk?
Butler is the one that would leave out food for Mokrenom.
God, they milked the butler.
Do they have animals that they keep here?
Oh,
They must get food delivered from somewhere.
Oh, the thing in the basement? Is it milk producing?
that could be from the rats.
Yo, rat's milk.
Splendid. Really?
It could be.
Ludo's gonna start laughing. That's what curiosity will get you. Mouthful of rat milk.
Manny's looking at the front window. This glass is weird. He hits it, and it doesn't sound like glass.
Can I feel it? And is it cold?
Yeah, you're gonna go up to the glass.
Touch.
It's cool. It's a little bit it's a little bit bendy.
Great.
Do I know that would be part of the
Protection.
guards and wards spell? So make it so you can't like smash through windows and stuff?
Give me a spellcraft check.
What is this? I rolled it 3 times now. Why can't I remember that it was 14? Right?
Butler's gone, right?
Yeah, the butler's
Okay.
left. He left you in this room. You went to go put the silver tray away.
20?
There are spells that make glass as hard as steel.
I'll drink my tea and walk around the room and look at things, see if anything's interesting.
The only furniture in the room is the very long table, the 5 seats that you guys are sitting on while drinking your tea, and I guess the stuff that the tea and the milk and the sugar cubes came in. I guess you've already pilfered a. So you've got a china sugar bowl with.
I put the bowl. I put the bowl down.
You put the bowl down. You
put
just
the
kept
sugar in the
sugar.
pocket.
Okay, you dumped. You got a pocket full of sugar. You got. I don't know, $20 worth of sugar.
Oh, shit. I will expend 2 of my arcane points to recall Pagebound Epiphany and try this again.
Okay.
I will try knowing a little more about. I'm not going to ask, I guess,
Yeah, not the same question. Yeah,
No, I've gotta ask something about the butler in this house.
Oh, it's a beautiful home, isn't it?
Says Mokrenom. He doesn't seem to be weirded out by this place.
I kind of like it too, but I want to know a little bit more about what we're dealing with.
Our place is way nicer.
I want to know if there are any stories or I guess who is the butler?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to ask information on who he is, if there's any legends about him or this house. Would it be another knowledge local station? Is probably what this is going to be. I'm going to study it for the full 5 rounds I can to give me a plus 15. I don't know if anybody was looking over my shoulder at the book while I fumble around with my curios.
I'm certainly willing to look with you if you'll let me.
Yeah, if anybody shows interest, the professor will lay the book out and yes, gather round. It comes quick, so try and absorb as much as you can.
And he's like, he tried to punch the window.
Well, if you can't break it, there's not a chance I could do anything to it.
I think we're doing a knowledge local station again.
He's pulling out his staff.
Ah, easy. Hold on. Don't want that butler wondering what we're doing.
I think Pharisee's aiding on this one. Here we go.
I failed to aid, but not by enough to hurt you.
Well, just enjoy looking at the pages. I got a nat 20. 35.
Huh? Well done.
Tell me about this butler.
Who's the butler?
Yeah, and is he in any sort of movies I would know?
The butler, for all the previous residents of this house, the butler is a permanent fixture.
Yeah.
Some believe that he is somehow bound to the house.
So he's a transdimensional horror being with an army of Jawas and thermal detonators.
With your nat 20, there was a clue about the house that was thrown in, that the house is peculiar in that there are no records of anyone ever building it.
Ooh.
So it's
It
good.
just showed up.
How fascinating.
Ah, I remember when I was small enough to squeeze into the little holes and go traveling around the house.
Maybe you can point out some of those little holes for Pixel to take a look through.
Where Ludo poured his tea.
Oh, yes.
The vents. They travel throughout the house.
Are there rats in the vents?
Oh yes, rats like to nibble at places here and there.
So Pixel would need to be quite careful.
Yes, but there are rat traps. She has to be careful. I don't want anything to happen to little Pixel.
That's a good point.
I don't want to get caught in your rat traps.
No, we don't want that happening.
Manny's got the butt end of his oversized sling staff, and he's going dunk, dunk against the window, and it's just sort of going.
Nothing.
Like it's making a noise that glass does not make.
Are all the
Unnatural.
doors locked in this room? I'm gonna go.
There is what looks like a door to a closet.
I will, as I'm sort of drinking my tea sitting there, I'll cast open close at all the doors in the room, see if any of them open.
Okay, well the one that you came through doesn't open.
Yep.
The windows, while they look like they could open, don't open.
Uh-huh.
And then the closet doesn't open either.
What about the door the tall man went out?
Then you went out the door you came in.
So we're locked in here. Pretty
Here
much.
so.
Aside from the places Pixel can get to.
Yeah, there's like the old timey kind of very large fence.
Yeah.
This one was down low to the ground.
What did you say about this guards and wards?
Oh, yes, it's quite, I think, relatively common spell. Let me think. As the old man strokes his beard, taps his chin a little bit. Ah, yes, as I recall now, this is a 6-circle wizard spell. Witches as well can learn it. Takes about 30 minutes to cast, some relative components. And it's powerful. It defends strongholds, fortresses, can cast fog, arcane locks, webs, confusion, lost doors, dancing lights, magic mouth, stinking cloud, gust of wind, suggestion, all sorts of things. It's quite versatile, really. Perhaps we should look into getting it for our mansion. Now that I think of it.
It sounds great. What did you say about doors?
Ah, yes. Arcane locks. All doors in the warded area are arcane locked. Saving throw.
Yes. Locked doors, right.
Yes. It's lost doors as well. One door per caster level. Covered in a silent image. Appears as if it were a plain wall. Ah, saving throw will disbelief interacted with. I will start touching all of the walls everywhere.
Okay. They're a little slick.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've just been cleaned. Almost like a slight. The walls that are not on the window side, it's like this weird floral pattern, kind of faded wallpaper. And it's a little bit like slick, like someone just cleaned it with some sort of ammonia. It's like a really odd smell in this room. It's like every inch got cleaned the second before you came into the room.
5d20s. Why are you rolling 5d20s? Interacting with any of these walls?
Just pushing on them and looking for a spot to go?
I know that as part of casting the spell, you can hide doors. And I know that a way to find hidden doors or lost doors, because they use silent images, if I can interact with one of them, I can maybe see through its illusion.
Okay. Just looking at all of your perception checks. Interesting. Ludo, give me a roll. Okay.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. When you roll a 2 and you're the only one, it's a trap.
Would you like?
You're actually moving around the door and you're getting to the closet. What are you doing with the closet door? It's just a smaller door, it's slender. It's like a little doorknob on it.
No, I know it won't open. I'll touch it. For just the sake of
Professor, don't! Don't!
Oh!
Never the closets. Don't go into the closets.
Ew. Why is that, Mokrenom?
Sometimes things that go into the closets don't come back out.
You'll have to be a little more specific than that. Some things go places and never come back all the time. Sometimes they go on vacation and really like the beach and decide to live there.
Animals and people who go into the closets don't come back out sometimes.
Is it some sort of dimensional doorway, perhaps into something akin to a large Mokrenom? Animals and people can't breathe in there?
Maybe. Do you want to see the rest of the house now?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, Mokrenom slides off of Zephyrus' back and goes up to the door, and the door seems to just kind of open for Mokrenom.
Oh, delightful.
Please, lead on.
Yes. Where would you like to go? On the main floor there is a trophy room.
Sounds...
Or there's the kitchen in the back where we'll find the rat traps.
No, probably not rat traps.
Upstairs we will go to the place where where Mokrenom, where the laboratory is, but we shouldn't go all the way upstairs. No,
And why is that?
the comfy bed is up there.
Sounds delightful.
What's wrong with a comfy bed?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Okay. Can you
Too
open?
wonderful?
Yes.
Does it make you want sleep in the way that Manny wants meat?
I hear all sorts of human sounds of pleasure whenever the master went up to the bed's
Nice.
chamber. Oh, yes, I think there's a lady up there.
Well, we haven't got time for ladies, unfortunately. We're trying to make some income here. I think perhaps the trophy room is the best place to start.
Can we get one of those for the manor?
A comfy lady, perhaps we'll look into it, but first the money.
Yeah.
I think she has a nice bust.
Mokrenom, you're not doing a good job convincing us not to
That's
go up
what I
there.
heard them say.
You say not to go up there, and then you keep talking of her bust.
Mokrenom, are you keeping anything for her that she might want back?
Oh, yes, I've got her hairbrush.
Oh, perhaps you'd want it back.
She might. You could... Maybe she would pay to get it back.
Shall we?
Let's go extort.
Yes.
Okay, you don't want to go to the trophy room then?
Well, of course we want to go to the trophy room.
Which one's first?
And the laboratory, and yes.
Trophy
all
room
these
right
places.
across the way in the front.
Well,
Shall we start at the bottom and go to the top?
No, we should not go to the basement.
no. Yes, but yes.
Oh, let's start in the middle and work our way up.
The thing in the basement is always hungry.
We've dealt with one of those before.
Does it eat the things that go in the closets, do you think?
I don't know.
Children?
As we have walked into that hallway, I'll turn back and look at that room we just left with the table and ponder on the butler. Does he look particularly intelligent sort of lad? I know he's very strong, but I'm trying to gauge how good his will to disbelieve illusions is going to be.
He was speaking to you. He had language.
So he didn't seem very articulate, a bit slow.
He definitely seemed up there.
I'm going to cast a silent image, and I will use an arcane point to increase the DC on it. And I will also use one more to recall it after I'm done, so that I have it on deck. And I will cast a silent image of all of us around the table, asleep with our heads laying on the table.
Okay. This is as you're piling out into the stairwell.
Yeah, I'll
The
look
entryway?
back, and before I lose sight of this room, I'll cast an image, and I will maintain concentration on this until need be stop.
All right.
Just remember the thought of all of us sleeping on this table.
Okay, Mokrenom goes up to the next door and just sort of touches it, and the door opens, almost effortlessly.
Perhaps he's not really that strong.
It's like a longer room. It's kind of like a gallery. And there are little alcoves, and there are some things, no people in the alcoves.
What's he doing here?
Are there any gobblers here?
No. This is the
The trophy room.
yes.
As we walk through all these rooms and
What's
hallways,
the dude's name again?
Rhodius, Prenorium Rhodius.
There we go.
As we're walking through all these rooms and hallways, I'll always have a hand to the wall, brushing up against it, interacting with it, looking
Okay.
for that secret door.
Standing there, unmoving, is a man staring straight forward. He is naked. He looks middle-aged. He looks waxy.
Looks like your kind of dude, Professor.
Dude, yes.
That is Prenorium. What's he doing in the trophy room?
Must be someone's trophy.
I'll walk up and start inspecting him. Can I concentrate and do skill checks? Probably not.
Most skill checks require at least a standard, or like a standard action. I've allowed some of them as moves. By this point in time, however, the door way back there has closed, and I think you need line of sight to keep on concentrating.
Do I? It doesn't. I don't think it says anything about that. I'm no means
What's the name of the spell? Minor image?
silent image. They're kind of open-ended on these things. They don't really say a lot about what you can and can't do.
Yeah, we'll have to look this up. There's a rule about line of effect and line of sight. I think if you had to make any changes to the illusion, you'd need to be able to see it.
Or to like interact with someone interacting with them, but having us just sleeping there, I can think about us just.
Okay. There are a total of 6 alcoves. It's a really, really stark white room with like cylinder like alcoves. This guy is just standing in it. His eyes are kind of open but unmoving. The dude looks dead. He's naked. 4 of the other alcoves are empty, and you can see a plump rat in the 6th alcove.
I'll mutter to myself, you're waste of a spell there, Henry, waste of a spell. And I will have to stop concentrating on the image so that I can detect magic on this guy and spellcraft to see what is wrong with this man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the same on the rat.
Okay, give me perception checks while you're looking at the dude and the rat.
I think that's your milk jug.
15 on my
Open my mouth a bit, says Manny.
15 on my perception.
Yeah.
Jesus. 16 on my spellcraft.
Some sort of wax replica, or maybe a really good preservation, like he's dead, but somebody maybe gentle reposed him. It's hard to tell. The really thick abjuration that is everywhere is kind of drown. It would probably drown out really minor spells.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get, Matt?
18 on the perception for the rat and 15 on the spellcraft, so got a crap there too.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a plump rat. It looks kind of waxy, or like there's a waxy film on it. It's on all fours, just sort of looking forward. It's unmoving.
Well, the rat we care less about, so I'm going to cut it open.
Okay. You go to kind of like push on it, and you realize that it seems to be affixed to the ground somehow.
The rat's stuck here.
You kind of pull it open and look underneath, and there is something organic, like an umbilical cord, that is coming out of the floor and is going right into the rat's belly.
Ooh, it's connected to the floor with this tube, like a root penetrating into it, sucking its essence out.
Oh yeah, he's got a root coming out of his butt. It's not right his butt, it's kind of,
Oh God.
You can see, there's this kind of milky white umbilical cord that seems to have grown up into the dude's, under bottom.
Can I pull on it?
Yeah, it's kind of, there's a little bit of juice to it, and you can pull on it. Like, how hard are you pulling on this thing? Are you pulling it from him, or are you pulling it from the ground?
I'll instruct the unseen servant to try and pull it from him. I think he can do like 20 pounds of force.
Pull on the rat one first.
Yes, it's probably a capital idea. I'll go and have the unseen servant pull with 20 pounds of force on the rat one.
So the rat's being pulled by the unseen servant. Eventually, there's this like stretching rubber kind of sound, and then something kind of breaks, like cracks open, like you're snapping celery, and then there's a bunch of like juice that flies everywhere. Little thing flips around a little bit and then just flops to the ground, like the pressure is gone and it's just leaking this weird fluid.
Does the rat change at all?
No, the rat's yanked out of his body, so there's kind of this weird wound coming into the bottom of the rat, but it otherwise looks like a perfectly healthy, albeit dead, rat.
Have the unseen servant shake it a little bit, see if it wakes up.
Okay. It shakes the rat, it does not wake up.
Well, I'm not sure what we just did there, but probably someone won't be too happy about it.
Can we move the rat now?
Yeah, the rat is unhooked from the weird umbilical cord.
Can I cut the rat open?
Yes. About as easy as cutting a rat open.
I'll start dissecting the rat. I'm curious if the rat contains normal rat stuff.
Okay.
And I'm not an expert at this, so I'm just doing amateur autopsy
Sure.
because I'm weird.
There should be like guts and a heart or something.
The professor is into that. He's like, oh, yes, that looks like a rat.
You guys are dissecting the rat? Sure, go ahead.
Are you looking for money inside of it, or?
Oh, money? Oh, yes.
Not everything's about money, Ludo.
Yes, the pursuit of knowledge is a reward unto itself.
Not everything's about the pursuit of knowledge, Professor.
No.
Oh, you're ruining the trophy.
Oh. That's true, yes.
Oh, it's
Well-
just a rat.
There'll be space for another trophy. A better one.
There's 4 other spaces and now 5.
Yes.
Wait.
And 5 of us.
That is a bit
That's
concerning.
That's not heartening at all.
No, it's not.
There's 7 of us as Pixel. After counting. Yeah, you're doing some amateur autopsy to the rat thing that was growing out of the floor in the trophy room. Give me a knowledge nature.
Sure.
I'll auto it.
$13.
Yeah, you end up kind of making a mess, and you don't know if it's the spell or not, but you're finding bits, and it looks like the thing could live. Like it's got lungs, and you find some guts.
All right.
Live anymore, I reckon, though.
It bleeds.
sort of-
It bleeds like there was like coagulated or like blood inside of it. That
Okay. I'll cram some of the stuff back in and put it back in the alcove.
nothing moves, nothing reattaches. This perfectly white room. There's this stain of your amateur autopsy, and you cut open the rat.
Not sure what we gained by coming in here, but
Finally, there's some movement that is not you, as the umbilical cord kind of goes back into the floor.
perhaps we should leave this room and go check out another one.
Well, we did find the master of this manor,
Oh,
who
Yes.
must not be very happy about his fate,
no.
and is probably dead. We've also determined that if we pull his umbilical cord out and cut him open and take out parts of him, he'll definitely be dead.
But you'd ruin the trophy.
What is the
Shouldn't ruin
purpose
that.
of these trophies, Mokrenom? Is the house feeding on them in some way?
No, the house, I think something in the house makes them.
Do you remember other trophies that were here when you were here?
Oh, yes. Sometimes there were other people in the alcoves or other animals.
Does the house get some sort of benefit from specific trophies?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't know. You lived here, but okay. Well, yes, we found the master of the house. If we could revive him, perhaps he'd be grateful But
And quite possibly.
we don't quite know how to revive him.
We do not.
I don't suppose, Mokrenom, you're keeping anything for Rudius here that would help revive him. I think he would make an exception for you giving us items if it were in the aid of him.
I'm keeping a bunch of things. When he found out. Oh, let's see. Yes, I'm keeping some stuff of his.
Anything that could help revive him? Some sort of resurrection or...
I think at that time he thought that I was a safe place to keep things.
Yes, well, could you tell us perhaps what you're keeping for him? It might help us aid in bringing him back and him collecting.
No, I can only get the things for him if he asks me to.
I will, walk up behind, or like to the side of him and do one of these where I cover my mouth, and I will have the unseen servant move his mouth, and I will go, Mokrenom, it's me, Rudius. Give me my stuff back.
You're gonna weaken at Bernie's.
Give me a bluff check. Do you have any illusions that make sound, like make people speaking?
Not yet. You poor fool.
17.
17? Alright, let's see if Mokrenom falls for this.
God, I hope he does.
His sense motive is his wisdom, a d20 roll. Oh.
Oh god, it made work! Oh my god, weekend in Bernie's. Yeah!
Oh my god.
Prenorum, it is you. You were pretending to be a trophy.
Yes! Now give me my stuff back!
Oh, Prenorum, which ones do you want back?
Oh, with that, quick!
Oh, Mokrenom has never upchucked many things at once, but maybe he can try to do them one after another. Will that be sufficient?
Yes, please! Man, he's like, oh, fuck. Zephyrus is looking at Mokrenom and looking at you. His eyes narrow. As he's like, you're gonna pretend to be me to get my shit out of Mokrenom.
He's trying to get this guy out of wax or whatever.
Oh. Okay.
Mokrenom begins puking up stuff. And there are these 6 distinct puddles of gooey things that he has puked up in front of him.
Hey, what do we got? Anything useful?
Anything useful, okay.
You like that one? It's what I call illusion, buddy. Master illusionist.
Mokrenom's like a 5-year-old child. Oh. Well, okay. Hell of a vault.
Yeah. Impenetrable vault.
Okay.
God.
There is a ring with a reddish gem.
Should we be writing this in gear and treasure, I think?
Yep.
Alright, loot and...
I can take that note if you want. You want me to do that?
Yeah, that would be great.
There is a alchemist formula book.
Okay. Scroll of Resurrect?
There is... What would fit?
We could have just illusioned everything out of Mokrenom this whole time and just sold everything and made our money.
I think we're gonna have to figure out the names of the people he holds stuff for.
Oh, right, yeah.
And what they look like, too.
Yeah.
There's a second ring. This ring has we'll call it the ring of the flute.
Of the what?
Flute.
How do you spell that?
Flumph.
Flute.
That
It has this weird looking jellyfish with a face on it.
Okay.
So 2 rings, a book, a single potion, a collection of vials, 8 in total, and a single vial of something that has a skull and crossbones on it.
all right. What was this guy's name again?
It's on his token.
Prenorium
excellent.
Rudius.
Prenorum. Yep, Prenorum Rudius.
Ah, there you go, Prenorum.
Thank you. Back to sleep for me.
Ah, I'm sorry about playing the game with you. I'm sorry about taking all of your things. I really liked the shiny box you kept your things in, so I pretended to be it.
Oh, I think he's back asleep, Mokrenom. Sorry.
I did not mean to get him into trouble.
Oh, you think perhaps he was looking for his things in a moment of desperation and couldn't find them?
I think he got mad because he needed his things. And when he got mad, I think he did some bad things. And then he had to go away.
No. Well, we found where he went away to. Probably won't wake up again until we can figure out a way to free him for good. Good that we have his stuff, though. That will help.
What do you mean we have his stuff? His stuff is right here.
Yes. He got it out for us so that we can use it to help him.
How are we going to help him?
I'm not sure. You might know better than any of us. How can anyone stop being a trophy and come back to life?
Yeah?
How?
I think the gardeners know.
Well, not very talkative folks. Last I chatted with them.
Maybe we can go get a gardener and...
And Mokrenom's starting to move
No,
towards
not quite,
the door.
not quite. Let's not do
Well,
that.
let's hold off.
Why?
It's probably better not to bother those guys. For now.
Maybe they may listen to Mokrenom. The doors do, at least.
This is true.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
Yes. I think you had stuff for the woman in the comfy bed.
Well, and there may be things left in the laboratory.
Oh, true. We'll gather up the stuff he
Okay.
coughed up.
Seems to be a shiny box too. And am I allowed, or would I be able to identify some of these things that have come out?
Potions and the potion, the vial with the skull with the X and crossbones, and
The
collection of vials that have all liquid in them. You can use alchemy to identify them.
Probably takes time though.
Yeah.
It takes like a few rounds, same way as a spellcraft check does.
Oh, could we, all of us together, take a look at all this and see how quickly we can identify it? See if it's going to be useful for the rest of the mansion.
Sure.
Let's maybe the alchemy lab will have things that would help.
True.
Right on.
You going upstairs first, or are you identifying now?
I guess we can.
I guess
Well,
we're.
let's look at the rings now, shall we?
Yes, of course.
I don't think I can.
I am going to decrement Mokrenom to carrying items for 16 other people.
Nice. Thank you.
Are we just having a one-off adventure? One of the Mokrenom, what's inside Mokrenom adventures? And we need to fill up some time
You've
between
gone to
sweep.
Mokrenom's house, and I think I've creeped you guys out with that.
I do like creepy house. It had been at least a game or two since we
It's
were
pretty
in a
cool.
haunted mansion. Do we have is this a Hummer haunted estate in the city we may pick up here? Do you need rolls to...
Yeah, you're identifying the ring. Which one?
Both of them, I think.
Okay.
What, do you need spellcrafts on these?
Yep. Zephyrus can aid, I think. Pharisee can aid auto.
Yes.
Alright, let's do the first one first. I think everybody, it sounds like people are aiding the professor. So that's +6 if, or +4 if Zephyros and Pharisee aid. 38?
Ha! Woo!
38?
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely the ring an alchemist would wear.
Does it give us complete control of everything in the house?
No, it's called the acerbic ring. It increases the damage that bombs do by 1 dice.
Matt, are you on this note?
Yep.
Bombs, you say?
I think we know who gets this one. Do you want to just probably put this one on before we leave this room?
I might want to pop that bad boy on here real quick.
If you have a spare ring slot, yep.
I might make room for it.
Hey, what's up, car guy?
Car guy, what's going on?
I hear you like cars.
Or Transformers.
Car guy, we just weekend at Bernie's this animal bag tricked it into giving up some items.
And it friggin' worked.
It was real dumb, but it worked.
So the movie might be real. We don't know.
+1 damage die?
Yep, on alchemist bombs.
Ooh,
I have a right ring spell.
a whole extra
Alright.
damage die?
Yep,
That is a good ring.
That's big money. That's big time.
that is big time.
All right,
I am going to paste this ring onto
car guy's
Visu's
trying to
character
catch
sheet.
up. Is car guy you watch Die Dragon Die? Or you just
Which campaign are you watching, car guy?
So I think everybody's gonna aid me on the other one. 25 on the other one.
The other one does 2 things. The primary power is a ring of feather falling. And the secondary power, it protects you from acid, resist 5.
Oh, Dread and Psycho Sand Titan's gift. That's a lot of videos, my friend.
He's full on.
Nice.
Welcome to the Titan's gift.
They are inside a strange house that Mokrenom grew up in.
It's a nightmare.
This place?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Remember house.
It's a freaking nightmare.
Would you like to go upstairs now? I want to see my old nursery.
Nursery?
I grew up here. This is where Mokrenom was spawned.
Yes, lead on.
Well, show us then.
Okay.
You open up the door, and the butler is standing there, and he's looking at all of you.
Oh, we finished our tea.
Good evening.
Thought we'd have a look around. Quite an interesting trophy room you have there.
You're not supposed to be in the trophy room.
Oh, our mistake. We were just leaving anyway.
We got that vibe.
You know, sometimes you don't know where you're not supposed to go until you go there. How do you find out otherwise?
Very white. Well, let's head out.
Excuse us, I'll try to
He's standing just right in the doorway.
just squeeze on. Pardon me, excuse
Well,
me.
we're just gonna slip
The
by.
hour grows late.
Oh, perhaps we should be going then.
This is a simulacrum of the Master. He invites you to stay the evening. I have prepared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds for you to stay with us this evening.
We all prefer to sleep together usually. Can you accommodate that?
Yes, I get quite lonely at night, you see, old age.
Yes, 2 per room, with 1 left over.
Okay,
This way.
You going upstairs?
Yep.
we were gonna go upstairs anyway, right?
Well, perfect. Let's get this train going.
Going to the nursery. Did someone say something?
No.
It's cold. 1 cup of tea, she just won't do it, I'm afraid. He does seem kind of dumb. I think illusions will work on him.
I shall bring some warm milk to
Oh,
help you go to sleep.
what kind of milk, may I inquire? From what sort of animal?
Mammal milk.
Doesn't really narrow it
Do you have
down.
whiskey? Or I'm more of a whiskey guy myself.
No alcohol in the house, he says.
He seems to get really fucking cross when you say that.
Oh,
Well, should I throw mine away or?
well, this is awkward.
He finally turns around and continues to climb the steps.
I'm gonna do a little swig more.
Yes. No alcohol, no.
Why is it?
Mokrenom does not like alcohol either. You know how he can get sticky?
Yes.
The alcohol makes it not sticky anymore.
Oh, good to know.
No. Peculiar.
Very strange.
You were saying something.
He's already at the top of the stairs. He's standing, kind of facing all the way down.
Sorry, I was just saying. I wish.
This way.
Okay.
Look at the others shrug and sort of follow him, I think.
Okay, there's a hallway at the top of the stairs. Mokrenom's and there's many doors. Mokrenom's saying the door to the right is where the alchemy lab is. It is above the trophy room. The door to the hallway to the left, he says there are bedrooms. And the staircase does continue upstairs into the room where he says there's the nice lady's bed.
I think we'll see where this guy's leading us.
Okay.
Where do you stay, Butler? In case I need you in the middle of the night? I don't know.
You can call for me. There are ropes to pull.
Oh, good.
I will know if you are in need of me. This room
is for the small ones. And you can see this kind of weird clowns and balloons on the wallpaper. It's sort of faded. It looks like the room has been cleaned. Every inch of it has been cleaned. The moment the door, or like a few moments before the door had opened, it did have that sound as if like it had been painted. Like the cracks of the door had been painted and kind of creaked open for the first time. There are two little beds. Brass frames, well-stuffed looking mattresses, some nice blankets, pillow. One is blue and one is pink.
Where's Tech in all this?
Oh yeah, he should be with us.
I think Tech's still exploring the outside. He's wandering the perimeter or
He
something.
hit the wall, he's been
That makes sense.
Damn it.
Did he just not get copied?
I don't
Butler,
think he did.
do you mind if I stay with Zephyros here? I tend to sleep on the floors. Beds give me nightmares.
The little ones for the little beds, is what he says.
The thing is, I don't typically use a bed.
Yes, we'll sort out the sleeping arrangements, Butler. Don't worry yourself too much about it.
Okay, well he's holding the door.
Let's give the ring of the flumph to somebody. I think I'm going to hand it to the professor
Okay, I do.
and suggest that he put it on.
I will put it on.
I will put it on your character sheet.
Thank you.
Okay, he kind of watches you guys do this, but he's waiting with his hand on the door for the two little ones to go into the two little beds.
Yes,
Or the room of the beds.
just leave the door open. We've got a few things to discuss first. We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
The hour grows late. You may go to sleep now.
Yes, thank you. We heard you the first time.
Oh. Where is everybody else staying? Butler?
Yes, can you open the door to the other room, please?
I'd like to check out the digs, as they say.
He blinks.
You okay?
Your bed is here. He points at the bed with the blue blankets.
Butler, I don't use a bed. I am a homeless man.
Go on, appease him.
I'm going to try and sleight of hand a Zoller on the latch mechanism of the door as I'm
Okay.
passing through to see if that might stop any sort of
Locking mechanism.
locking, even though
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Alright, so you're kind of waiting just inside the door. He's trying to wave Pharisee in.
Yes, I'll wander in with Ludo.
Okay. He closes the door.
Is there a vent in this room?
There is.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Pixel goes zipping into the room as Pharisee goes into the room. The door is closing.
I'll have the unseen servant hold it and prevent it from completely closing.
Okay, you notice that he seems to notice that, and then he just gives it a pull.
He's much
And
stronger than that.
Him
I'm sliding.
Ludo's on the inside, and you're trying to slide $1 between the door.
Yeah, I folded it thicker than it normally would
Okay.
be to
Do
kind
you
of hold up
have a
against
Zoller?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
All right,
it. I stole.
give me a perception check. You can add traps as you're putting the Zoller in.
So perception. It's just 11. 25.
Ludo, you notice that the Zoller gets stuck, that the door has no locking mechanism, and it's almost like the door seals
Seals
itself,
That's what I was
and
afraid of.
the dollar gets eaten in half
No!
by some sort of acid.
Do you think they'll still accept this? Fair say.
As the three of you are locked into the room, Pharisee, Pixel, and Ludo, I'm just going to move you guys up a little bit.
Lou's gonna like grimace and kind of punch the door.
Do we hear it on the other side?
Barely. It's like the door has a seal. It's like it's hermetically sealed. So there
I
might have been a thud.
I think the house is alive.
This way. The two of you will stay in the guest chambers.
There's 3 of us, but okay.
Yes, the big one will stay in a bed by himself.
Wow.
Zephyrus gives Henry a nudge with his staff. He shakes his head like, no.
No, I don't think he will. He'll stay with us. You see, Zephyrus and I must do a lot of research before bed. Magical studies, I wouldn't bore you with it.
The hour is late. It is time to sleep.
Okay, well, show us the room.
Okay, well, he goes over to the next room and he opens it up. At least it's next door to where,
Yeah. I think we'll all
Twirly.
just go in, all 3 of us, and like...
Okay. There are 2 beds. These are like single beds, but not made for children. And they have brass a brass frame and some bluish green blankets, and it's the only furniture that's in the room. There is a vent. Actually, there are vents between the bedrooms. So there are two vents in this room.
I think we'll all go in and say, thank you, and close the door.
Okay, you try to close the door. The door doesn't move. He's standing at the entrance to the door. Zephyrus had shuffled in. Your bed awaits down the hall, large one.
Zephyrus really likes a smaller bed, and I usually sleep standing up facing a corner, so it's really quite fine.
Give me... Oh, funny.
Psychopath.
He raises an eyebrow.
Give me a bluff check.
There's something clearly wrong with this dude.
21.
Would you like me to fetch you a chair to sleep in?
No, it's really, I prefer standing.
I will fetch you a chair to sleep in.
Closes the door with the 3 of you in it.
Okay.
And I will also fetch you some milk.
As he closes the door completely. The fuck's wrong with this place, this Manny?
Yes, it's...
Ludo, can you hear us?
Can we hear through the vents?
Yeah, you can hear. Ludo's taking a pee in the corner, I guess.
Hold on. It's bedtime, I gotta go.
Oh, how nice for them to give you beds.
Mokrenom, is there a word or a command or something I could use to open the doors? Why do they only listen to you and to this butler?
I don't know.
Okay.
Butler always helped out the other masters.
I wonder who the current master is then.
Oh, we could ask Butler
Yes.
when he comes back with your tasty milk.
That is a good point. Professor, I think you should lie down on the bed with that ring on. The house seems to like acid, and you might be a little bit resistant.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. I will go and I will sit on the bed tentatively.
Okay, the bed is kind of springy. It seems to be nice. A nice woolen blanket, kind of folded like a sheet, and there's a fluffy pillow. There's a bit of a spring to the bed.
On second thought, maybe not. I'll stand back up and I will have the unseen servant lay on the bed.
Okay. You can see the outline of the unseen servant lying on the bed.
I suppose it wouldn't trigger the acid if there is any until he thinks we're all asleep.
Probably true.
Okay. He comes back. The door is opening to Manny, Zephyros, and the professor's room, and he's carrying what amounts to a an overstuffed chair, like an upholstered chair.